What is Cloverfield's most terrifying scene? Well, that's a bit of a tricky question because there's quite a few bangers to choose from. Well, is it the subway scene where the hatchlings chase the gang through the dark tunnels? Maybe. Or could it be the scene at the end where they bomb the monster and just as you think the day is saved, it springs up from the debris and attacks them? Quite possibly. Both are great examples of things that can bring about terror. One being an intense flight or fight situation, which in horror, or really just film in general, is probably the most common, surefire way of creating terror. It's what scares people the most. The fear of an immediate threat, one that forces you to either fight the immediate threat or run away from the immediate threat. And that's the subway scene. And on the other side, you have a scene that scares you through shock or surprise. And I think shock works best with horror when the character, and I guess in turn, an avatar for you, the viewer, is at ease because the threat has been diffused. Not only are you leading in the race, you've won it. The fight is over. But what if at the last minute, right at the last possible moment, the threat you just barely beaten comes back and wins at the very end? This is scary because it catches you off guard. In Cloverfield's example, this would be the bombing in Central Park. The monster was defeated. We saw it die. But right when you think everything is fine, it comes back almost immediately and destroys the chopper, and you watch as it and you falls to the ground. You feel that fear because you felt vulnerable and your vulnerability was preyed upon. It was your downfall. And there is true terror in that. And yet I think neither of these are the most terrifying scene. As impactful as they are, they lack the thing that makes this scene terrifying. And that's... So we're at this farewell party for our main character, Rob, who is moving to Japan because of the new job he got with the Japanese company Slusho. I don't think the movie, if I remember right, the movie doesn't mention that Slusho is who he works for. But if you're like in the know of the lore, as you know, a dork like me, you know about Slusho, the targuato company and all of that. But that's not my point. He's leaving New York to go to Japan for this new company he's going to work for. His best friend, Hud, who is TJ Miller in his Chris Pratt Parks and Rec era, he goes around the party awkwardly filming testimonials for Rob, where everyone tells him goodbye and that they're gonna miss him, and they all wish him good luck. You know, standard fare. And the first terrifying thing happens. Goddamn Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston is playing in the background, unironically. Like, oh my God, it came out 6 months before this movie. God damn, I'm getting old. That's terror. What's more terrifying than the passage of time, man? Getting older, impending damnation? Yeah, scary stuff. And what can be a bigger sign of the rapture than Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston in 2008? And that's my one terrifying scene. I still don't know why y'all watch my videos. I really don't. All my videos are trash. Nonetheless, if you're one of the 5 people who make it this far into the video, thank you for watching. I love y'all. Keep supporting, unless you don't want to. Goodbye. But no, really, he goes around getting testimonials and barring some relationship drama and an awkward conversation with Janice from Mean Girls in 2008 Sierra Mist. The party is going pretty well. Well, You might be wondering at this point, what's so terrifying about a bunch of people in their mid-20s having a going away party in Lower Manhattan? Well, nothing. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is happening. But you're invested because at this point, the found footage genre is doing what it does best. It's drawing you in with authenticity. So you're not just watching the party, you're in the party. You are partaking in the party. And the mundanity of it all is so believable and relatable. You ever been at a party when you're just walking around holding a glass? You're not even drinking the drink that you have. You're just holding it. You're just holding that goddamn red Soda cup. Because that's what you do at parties. It's believable and relatable. Nothing is happening. And then something happens. Next thing you know, a possible earthquake happens. And the news reporter reports on a capsizing of an oil tanker. Everyone is spastic and confused. But true fear has not settled in yet. Because while crazy, you could realistically see something like this happening. And then it happens. Your world is filled with loud booms and thunderous explosions. Foggy air, fireballs are cascading from the sky. The rapture is happening right in front of your eyes. No one knows what's going on. But within a moment's time, you're in it. In the erratic, I guess you could say amateurish movements of the cameras, they become your eyes. That's the viewpoint of you, the viewer. That's the portal. The camera, the 2008 Sony Panasonic camera, is the portal between you and reality and you as a member of the party. It's moving everywhere and you can't quite focus on what's happening. The camera becomes your eyes. There's no clean camera cuts or angles, which tells you that you're not watching a movie. You are living in a moment. You are witnessing a happening. So much zaniness is happening around you and you can't focus because everyone is running from something and you just can't think. You're surrounded by a terror that just won't let you breathe. So much is happening right now. You can't even focus enough to ask a question, but not just any question, the question. What the hell is going on? And then it happens. Again, the clawed through head of the Statue of Liberty lands directly in front of you. And the world is screaming all around you. All you can hear is a bunch of sirens and oh my God. People are putting out their phones and recording. Some people can't even move because of the shock of what's going on around them. And every time you try to stop and catch your bearings, another life-changing, world-shifting event happens before you have time to process the last one. A skyscraper-sized monster walks into frame for a split second, and all of Manhattan is destroyed. It's covered in ash and debris, and our heroes run inside of a nearby convenience store for safety, but also so they can have a moment to think about what they're going to do. They go back outside and they see that Manhattan and probably all of New York, maybe even the world, has been changed forever. And when asked to show the footage they have, the camcorder cuts to Rob and Beth being Rob's girlfriend, maybe possibly ex-girlfriend, and obviously happier times. So why is this scene terrifying? Well, it has the elements of the other scenes. It has the shock factor. You can't believe what's happening. Your brain is frozen. You can't even think. It also has the fight or flight factor that makes the other scenes so good, where maybe there's nothing to do but run away at this moment. It's what your body instinctively tells you to do. The reason why this scene is more terrifying because when the other two scenes happen, they're towards the middle-ish of the movie. And the other thing is at the very, very end of the movie. At that point, you understand what's happening. You know there's a monster. You know it's destroying the city. The mystery is gone. There's fear in mystery. There's fear in the unknown. This isn't the first time you're hearing this. But this scene here is in the first 25 minutes of the movie. You don't know what's going on. You don't have a clue. Because this scene, the movie as a whole, really, but this scene here kind of encapsulates this scene here kind of models what the movie is as far as you being a participant in it. This is confusion. This is madness. This is hell. But most importantly, and most pertinently, this is